Okay guys, let's get straight to the point. Welcome to the review. Volkswagen R 2024 model year, built in 2023. I hope you won't have too much wind noise. So I bought this car last year in May. I've driven it now over 27,000 kilometers. Thought I'd give you guys a quick thoughts and how the experience have been so far. Overall, I can say it's been pretty good, but there has been some, well, let's say little problems too. Let's first start with the outside. I think everybody can agree. Well, actually, the outside is quite controversial. I think a lot of people don't really like the MK8, but for me, you know, I'm a quite young guy. I'm 24 years old. I really like the exterior. I think it looks modern, it looks new. Yes, I can see why people like the 7.5 a lot, but for me this car stands a class above it. If you see it on the road, you can, in my opinion, see the 7.5 is a bit outdated. This is the modern one. It looks pretty good to me. It's in the deep black, pearl effect, optional black coral color. We have the Maxton carbon, no, it's not carbon fiber, just plastic front splitter. I think this was about 200 euros. For me, I like to keep the car stock, to be honest, but this is really a good addition. I think it looks, the front looks a bit pale and roundish without it, and I think this really complements the front very good. For the rest, everything is mostly stock. So you have the matrix LEDs with the bar in the middle that light up too. In my opinion, it looks quite cool too, especially when you see one coming from behind. You instantly recognize it, you know, to the light bar. We got the 19-inch black wheels. It has the special hubcaps who actually turn around, which is quite cool, and if you drive they stay upright with the R on top. Got the blue calipers. We got Potenza tires. I've got now 27,000 kilometers on them, and they're still quite good. I just had my first maintenance, and they told me they recommend changing the tires already because there was a little bit of wear, and I told them no, let's just keep them on a little bit longer. Here, nice view from the back. It got the performance package. You can see it from the spoiler. It has a Maxton diffuser. You know, it's a little extra. I think it complements the interior quite well too. The original diffuser is okay, but I think this is just a little bit extra. Normal exhaust tips. I wanted to go for the Akrapovic. I will tell you a story now. So I went into the Volkswagen dealer with my dad to get to order a new Volkswagen, basically, to configure one. They told me waiting times were over 2 years, which is last year in May, and now the 8.5 is already launched. So they said 2 years waiting time. Akrapovic exhaust was still available, however performance package was not available anymore to configure it. They had this car in stock as it is. Then I said okay, let's go for this one, and I got a nice deal for it. The MSRP of this car is 72,000 euros. I got it for quite a bit below that. I had some nice discounts. So yeah, I think the back looks quite good. The matrix LEDs look good. I think the spoiler is definitely a must. It looks quite bland without this one. Nice big spoiler. Got the sunroof tilted a little bit now. Wheels in the back. I just brought the car to the car wash. Like you can see, it's shiny. I just went to the car wash 2 days ago, but I thought, especially for you guys, let's get the car all cleaned up and get a new one. Let's open the trunk real quickly. No, I'll go over this quite quickly because there's 1 million reviews about this car already online. This is more a bit of a perspective from the real customer, what he thinks about it. Maybe you're wondering how the leather has held up, because it has the full leather interior. 27,000 kilometers. The leather looks pretty good, if you ask me. There's a little spot here, but you can clean this very quickly with some leather cleanser. cup holders. You know, for 27,000 kilometers, the quality really held up very nicely. I'll show you the fronts quickly. Get this back out for a second. So yeah, these are the front sport seats. In my opinion, they're very comfortable, very nice, heated and cooled. So I use driver seat, most of it, 27,000 kilometers. This is how the driver seat looks. Little bit of wear in the leather, nothing too much. Still looks okay to me. Let's hop over quickly to the driver's side. Steering wheel, after 27,000 kilometers, still in very good condition. Let's sit out inside for a minute. Of course, this piano black, quite a lot of scratches. Yeah, there's nothing you can do to save this from getting scratched all up. So as you can see there, 27,000 kilometers. Let me start up the engine real quickly. Get the steering wheel straight. So now okay, I went into fisheye mode for a moment here now, so you can see the interior a little bit better. So now that we're here, we'll go over what I think of it as a customer. So the car drives very, very, very good. Like, it's honestly a blast, especially when you're young and you have like a little bit of horsepower underneath you. That's you know, super good. Like driving outside of work, perfect. You know, you hit the gas. Economy in the modes, as you can see here, we can go into comfort mode, which is obviously the most comfortable setting. The car is very slow shifting, very slow, very sloppy. However, you get the best mileage from it, and it's quite good. I would say on the highway, driving 120 kilometers an hour, you get 7 liters per 100 kilometer, which is pretty good to me. I had a 1.2 PureTech 308 before this car, and it almost did the same as that. As soon as you start to hit the gas, you're gonna run out very soon. Top speed of this car, I think on the tachometer says 289 kilometers. I went already to the Autobahn and I did 280. The car was very stable, a lot of wind noise. However, my girlfriend was next to me, she wasn't screaming, so in that part all good. There's different views for the cockpit. This is like basic one. Here you have some navigation, assistance systems, which is pretty cool because like the cars move next to you and stuff. This is like very minimalistic. And then you have the GTI view, I would say this is called. It is nice, but mostly I run it in the R screen, and then you can cycle between the menus. It's very easy. Okay, now that we went over the driver's display, I think it's time to speak about the elephant in the room, which are the touch sensitive buttons. Look, I will be honest with you, I have no problem with these buttons at all. Are real buttons better? Yes. Are these ones bad? No. Let me show you. Okay, I want to change this screen on the right here. Tap. Tap, 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 tap. You know, these buttons, they are touch sensitive. Like you can see here, if I'm swiping now, and it's going over. However, but do you hear the sound? Let me get a quick focus here. Can you hear that? It's clicking. It's touch sensitive and normal buttons all in one. For me, I have no problem at all with this. They work totally fine, and I think most MK8 owners will agree with me. I think it was a narrative that got pushed out by a car journalist who just, you know, used the car for a few days, maybe a week, and were like, these capacitive buttons, so bad. And yeah, it's true, real buttons are better, but you know, car manufacturers are going in this direction now. Volkswagen is not doing it differently, and to be fair, they are not super bad. What is bad, however, is this part here. This whole console is the worst thing in the car. I've had so many problems with this console. It seems to be fixed now with the latest software updates. But I will tell you something. This console bugs out a lot. You can click these things like this. I had it a lot of the times that the lights would just go on and off from itself, like would not touch it. So you would literally be driving and the lights would do this constantly. Then I had the thing that the system thought this service button or info button was being pressed constantly without even coming near to these buttons, which resulted in a text message on this screen constantly saying, you're calling the service department, this, that, and you could not use the navigation anymore. You could not use the Klima menu anymore. This screen was totally usable for the whole ride, basically. It, like shutting the car off would stop it 50% of the time. Sometimes you had to shut the car off 3 times in a row, walk outside of the car, wait 10 seconds, come back in before it would actually fix itself. So in that part, I did not like it at all. Also, these buttons for the sunscreen, so you swipe, it opens. You click in the middle, it stops. You click again, you leave like the short tail, like it opens a little bit. When driving spiritually or just when driving at all, it's very hard to commit your finger to this button. It's almost impossible to stop it. Swiping, fine, but if you want to stop it, almost impossible. Here, a real button would have fixed it. Alright, I think I will not go into the rest too much, to be honest. I mean, there are plenty of reviews out there already. I think this infotainment is fine, to be honest. It's kind of buggy sometimes, but most of the time it's really quickly. You know, everything goes fast. Navigation of the car I never use. You know, you can have the surround. Actually, I almost only noticed this like a month ago, that we had this feature which enhances the sound. And something else. So I just swiped once to open the sunscreen. As you can see, it opens like this. And a little trick, if you swipe again, I will swipe again now. There's like 3 extra centimeters, which gives you a wider gap. Sunscreen is very nice in this car, to be honest. Here's the blind, which I rarely ever used. So yeah, overall, car is very good. Harman Kardon sound system, good quality, however not super premium. Good enough, I would say. For the rest, yeah, let's go back outside. Shut the engine off quickly. So, some more views from the car. Now with the sunroof open. It is a nice car. It gets a lot of views. It's super fun. It is beautiful. It is nice. Does it have its issues? Yes, just like every car has. Would I buy it again if I had the chance? Yes. Would I upgrade to an 8.5? No. I mean, I will probably upgrade in a few months, but to another brand, which I will probably make a video about, and it starts with an M and ends on a 3. But yeah, this was my first performance car ever. So I only had 2 cars in my life. First was a Peugeot 308 1.2. Now this Golf R. Quite an upgrade. Really enjoyed it. Brakes are fine. Tires are fine. Chassis is fine. It had the problems that I told you. For the rest, I would just say, if you have any doubts, don't. If you get a good price for it, go for it. Don't pay MSRP. I don't think it's worth the 70k. But if you're just getting it like me with a good discount, go for it. I will make a driving video tomorrow probably. I will go to the Autobahn. I will try to go like when the evening falls, so you can have some nice ambient lighting too. I will hit the top speed. I will try at least tomorrow. So stand by, and I hope you enjoyed.